Jimmy Horn is one of those guys that if you give him a chance, he gonna make you pay for it.
Go Flacco! I just want a ball, bro.
This has been one of the most entertaining, if not controversial, NFL drafts in a very long time. So today, in this video, I'm not going to go too deep on Shadeur Sanders. I just want to congratulate Shadeur Sanders on becoming a Cleveland Brown. And I want to congratulate Jimmy Horn and Lejante Wester for becoming Carolina Panthers as well as Baltimore Ravens, respectively. These are three players that I've been covering in general. Obviously, I've been covering a lot of Colorado players, but I told you and I've been telling you and beating the drum about Lejante Wester and Jimmy Horn. These aren't just some dudes. These aren't just some guys. I think these are people who are two players that can excel at the NFL. And Shadeur doesn't need much of an explanation. We've been yapping about him. This video is mainly about Lejante and about Jimmy. We're going to check in on them, see what their reaction was, give you a little background. We're about to be in and out of here. We made a plenty of videos, man. The draft season is ending. The portal's still open, so we got to do that. We're going to have some Cam Moore videos, Jackson Dart videos. I feel like they didn't get enough love. But right now, let's celebrate the Buffaloes. Mr. Jimmy Horn, round 6, pick 208 to the Carolina Panthers. And then not too far, I guess, ahead was Lejante Wester, round 6, pick 203 to the Ravens. Now, Lejante did have an RAS score of 3.12, which was some problems when it comes to their height and things of that nature. But when it comes to explosiveness and when it comes to route running, he does not have he's not lacking when it comes to that. And then you have Jimmy Horn, who's already getting shouted out by people like the baby, right? And you got Deion Sanders already, of course. I mean, you know what Deion gonna do. Deion gonna keep up for his people for all time. But again, round 6, pick number 208. Here is the moment of Jimmy getting the call.
Hey, Jimmy.
What's up?
What's up, man? This
What's
is Dan
up?
Morgan with the Carolina Panthers.
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Hey, we're going to take you here at pick 208, all right? Let's go, man. Let's go.
That boy South Florida
Hey, man. Hey, we're excited to have you, man. We're excited to have you, man.
I'm ready, bro. Tell me, appreciate y'all for taking that opportunity on me.
You deserve it, man. You deserve it.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing, man? Good to talk to you again.
You too. You there with your family?
Yes, sir. I'm for family right now.
Oh, okay. How many people you with there?
It's deep in here right now. I got
It's deep in here right now.
I'm gonna pass you on to coach, okay?
What's up, man?
All right, here you go.
Let's go, Jimmy. I love it, man. It's all about gratitude. We're ready to get to work. Okay, here's our OC, Coach Brad.
Hey, we need all that heart you put on tape, man. Just bring it with you, all right? Bring it with you. You lead from day one. Just be yourself, all right?
Yo, them South Florida Jits, is that what y'all call it? Them South Florida boys, whatever you want to call it, but you can't take it. Yeah, you can't take the Florida out the Florida boy now. How you gonna get a call from the man himself, David? Hey, what's up? Hey, it's deep as hell in here. I gotta be honest with you. Like, here's my thing, and I know it's quarterback versus wide receiver. Wide receivers are allowed to do everything or do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Express themselves. It's okay. So I'm not gonna allude this to Shadeur Sanders, but I love authenticity, dog. I love when a player can show he's saying yes sir, no sir. You notice that, right? I can be respectful by still showing myself, right? I'm gonna still slur my words like a Florida boy, right? I'm gonna still tell you it's deep as hell when it's deep as hell because I'm a grown man, right? But I'm gonna still say my yes sirs. I'm gonna still say my yes ma'am. I'm gonna still be respectful. And Jimmy Horn is a football player. Obviously, we've talked about the Jimmy Horn Jr. situation with his father. Obviously, Deion Sanders kind of stepped into that role and kind of replaced that father figure. But you know that his father isn't out of his life. Obviously, he's been dealing with some legal issues. His mother is a sad story, as well as the Jimmy Horn story. Forget that. I'm not saying sad story. Jimmy Horn's career and his life is a story of adversity, and it's adversity that he continues to get over to become an NFL player. Now, I hope he makes the team. I hope everything works out well, but I think Jimmy Horn is one of those guys that if you give him a chance, just a chance, he gonna make you pay for it, right? And here's Sap talking about it right now.
Like,
is that Sap and Debo?
Yeah, that boy, man,
smooth, contact balance,
tough as nails,
everything
you want. Oh yeah, everything you want, dog.
I'm sorry. I gotta stop. Wait, never
He was
mind.
about your size, though. Jesus Christ, boy. Y'all boys something else, boy, coming out South Carolina, boy. Y'all
Yes, sir. That water.
Something.
That
It's
water.
something. I don't know what it is.
Oh, South Carolina. Oh, I thought he was in South Florida. Maybe he mispronounced. Okay, regardless, Lejante too can add into this. He's a type of player you just enjoy watching play football, right? Like there's some people I just want to see him get the ball in his hand, man. That's it, man. That's all I want to see. And Jimmy Horn is definitely that type of guy. And I love to see it. So now on to Lejante Wester. Now Lejante Wester at 5'10", obviously he's the more quote unquote physically imposing, the true 5'10", 163. Both of these players need to put some weight on. Hey, I love both of these players, but they both need to get some weight. 5'10", 163, ran a 4.46. Honorable mention in all Big 12. Player played all 13 games, started 12. Look, Lejante Wester, as much as we talk about Travis Hunter, do not take anything away from Travis Hunter. He is the guy. He was the guy for Shadeur Sanders. But anytime Travis Hunter wasn't on the field, it was Lejante Wester. He was getting the ball. He was the safety blanket anytime that Travis Hunter couldn't be the safety blanket. He was the hard work, dirty work type of player that gets it done. And also, on top of that, right, they're both not identical, but both similar when it comes to their ability in short distances and in those phone bloops, right? There's not a lot of people who you want to be able to try to cut against besides Lejante and Jimmy Horn. They're both smooth, they're both clean, they're both electric. I think they do it in slightly different ways, right? Lejante's a little more of a physical, imposing guy. He's more of that catcher at catch point. Jimmy Horn does it through separation, right? They both are great route runners. Don't get that. But the way they do it, it's like, how do I say? It's not thunder and lightning, but it's like precision and accuracy. I don't know. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I can't come up with the analogies, but what I can say is Lejante Wester, add him to the list of people. I just want to see with the ball in his hand. I just want to see phenomenal things happen. So he is a Baltimore Raven. He gets to go kick it out there with some more South Florida. He's a Florida Jit too, right? Is that what they call him? Another Florida boy. Obviously, Lamar Jackson is the king of them Florida boys of the NFL currently, right? I know Jalen Ramsey's a close second. I think he's like the emperor, right? He's like right next to him. He's like the counselor. But I think Lamar Jackson is the king of them South Florida boys. So let's see what Lejante Wester has to feel about the CU wide receiver room. Speaking on Jimmy Horn and the advanced people there.
Very dominant at FAU. What brought you to CU, even though it's kind of a crowded wide receiver room?
For this moment, for this level, it's not no guaranteed I'm gonna be drafted high or being able to be asked to come in an organization and impact the game early. I wanted to show the scouts and the league that I can be a role guy. I can come in and be a role guy and still be productive and still be that guy. Like I told my dad after the season, like I just found out like you don't have to be that guy to be that guy. And clearly I was that guy. Even though Travis was the man to the world, I was the guy who did a lot of dirty work when Travis was out, or if Travis wasn't able to be able to play. So it was a good feeling to just come in. I was confident from the jump. I knew what I signed up for. I knew what we had. Knew we had Will coming, Jimmy there, Travis, of course. Knew Travis and Shadeur connection, but I mean, I'm confident in my game, and I knew what I bring to the table.
Absolutely. I love the confidence. I love the swagger. I love everything that Lejante brings to the game. I love everything that Jimmy Horn brings to the game. And I think these are two football players that, besides all the glitz and the glamour, I wanted to ensure that they got their respects, right? It's easy just to say Shadeur. It's easy to even say Travis Hunter because of how good at football he is. But Lejante Wester and Jimmy Horn are legit football players. And I think they are legit weapons that if an offensive coordinator embraces, right, not only on special teams, but in short goal line distances, finding new places or ways to create separation. Obviously, they're smaller receivers. Smaller receivers are being able to thrive a lot more with offensive coordinators, creating space for them, and then creating space specifically in the red zone and different things like that. I think they're going to be amazingly deadly in any role that you put them in. Congratulations to both Lejante Wester and Jimmy Horn. And as we kind of close it out, I will talk about Shadeur. There's going to be a separate video on Shadeur in this entire thing because this has created so many conversations. First off, thank y'all so much for watching these videos. It's been a nice explosion of views. So some new viewers, some old viewers. I have to say thank y'all so much for supporting. And to tell you the truth and tell you my bias at this point, I know we're kind of were we 9 minutes in the video? I'm telling you my bias. I grew up watching Deion Sanders highlights as a kid, right? Obviously, he's a little bit before my time. I'm not that old, but still, I was watching the old highlights from the Baltimore Ravens all the way from the Cowboys and alluding and looking at this man who's on the football field but commands it in a different way, commands it with his authority, commands it with his surefiredness and understanding of what he can do on the football field in the great attributes that he has and he possesses. And then when he pops out some kids, right, and they have a chance to make some magic happen, I think as someone who loves football and loves the game and loves what Deion Sanders brought to the game, I would love what his sons brought to the game. Now, so far, I don't think Shadeur Sanders got drafted, but Shadeur Sanders has finally been drafted, 144th pick in the 5th round. A far cry from where everyone expected. Everyone had him going from pick 3 all the way to the 3rd round, but I don't think anybody guessed that he was going to go all the way in the 5th round. But I have to say the humility, the humbleness, quote unquote, that y'all wanted, which I believe and I know was always there in the first place. If you paid attention, it's on full display. As you can see, just the excitement. Come on, man. Come on, man. And he put, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, thank you everybody. Came support. Thank you everybody out there, all the fans. Hey, it's not time for yourself, bro. No, I'm not announcing. Thank you for the fans. Thank you for everybody. Thank you for Brown's organization for giving me a chance. That's all I need.
Hey, that's all he needs. That's all he feels he needs. And of course, they said, "Oh no!
Take the
Oh no!
Get into the
Not Shadeur Sanders." They said Shadeur Sanders got drafted by the Browns, so he's drowning himself. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! He's got to play in Cleveland, Ohio. Shadeur, don't do it. Nah. I thought that was a funny joke. And for all the nasty jokes against Shadeur this weekend, this was a fun joke, right? He's drafted by the Browns. And I want to leave here. Actually, the video was also released of the other side of that nasty prank call. So shout out to these dummies for releasing their stuff, and everybody's already been clowning them. But you know, some Ole Miss frat people doing that. If y'all want to do that, we'll go deeper into that. Again, this is not about what's it called, Shadeur. It's more about Jimmy, more about Lejante. But I want to just end it with these words from Shadeur Sanders.
I look at what went on, and everything is a football game. You know, you may not come out early hot. You know, that may not happen. But you know, when it's down to the final 2 minutes of the game, then you understand the level of seriousness raises the stake, all the stakes raised, and that's why I thrive in those high pressure moments. So I never felt any type of way. I understood, okay, this is the route, and that's it.
Hey, man, everybody wants to humble him. Everybody wants to talk about how he went from $45 million for his lowest contract to $4 million. Guys, I don't think Shadeur Sanders, the son of Deion Sanders, has to worry about money. I got to be honest with you. I don't think he's worried about money. Now, from a pride standpoint, I'm sure he's going to want to make that money. And we'll go deeper into it when we actually have the Shadeur video. I just want it to be as loud as all of y'all wanted to humble him, as loud as all y'all wanted him to be put in his place. Now that he is showing the humility that I think was there all the time, now that he's showing that it doesn't matter if it's the Browns, I'm going to take my opportunity. I think it's phenomenal. Now, the Browns did draft 2 quarterbacks, and they've got Deshaun Watson, they've got Joe Flacco. Deion Sanders even called out Joe Flacco. Hey, it's a big mess, but we're going to get into that next time. Congratulations to these Colorado Buffaloes for making it to the NFL. We will be following them throughout the NFL as we follow the Colorado players, man. Y'all be amazing. Y'all be blessed. Like the video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy college football content, draft content, foosball content, all that great stuff, man. You're great. Keep being great. We'll see you next time.
Shadeur was a great teammate in the huddle. You know, if you ain't know something, he'll help you out. If you need help with something off field, he'll help you out. And like watching film and stuff like that, he could break film down with you and everything.
You know you gotta do that. What's up?
Good to Wi-Fi, man.
Got your Wi-Fi on.
Hey, that's who y'all gonna put out there with Shadeur. Reunited, son. We're back. We're back. All right, shut that off. Not too much. Shadeur Sanders and Jimmy Horn Jr.'s phenomenal connection gets to reconnect this week. Not only, but this week in a big way, as they're both on their quest to make sure that they can find their place on their respected NFL teams. You saw nothing but smiles from the previous teammates. Now, I do want to put this video. We're going to talk about the joint practice today, but there was no filming of the competitive stuff, so we don't really have the throws. We're going to go through basically like a game log and kind of talk about it the best we can, but we can't see it. So, you know, the best we know, we know. Hopefully, because I'm filming this right at the end, I can get like some post, you know, some people that were there that can hopefully attest to how good things looked. But Shadeur seemed to have a decent day, a few completions. Quarterback tracker will be out as well too, so I'll smack it on here, probably update it, and probably at the beginning of the video as well while you're watching it. But I just want to say, man, this put a smile on my face. So we're gonna go over some of the joint practice stuff. We're gonna go over this Jimmy reunion, and then at the end of the video, after the game log, we're gonna go through the long history of Jimmy Horn and Shadeur Sanders, not just at Colorado, but post Colorado. It's a very, very special connection with them. So let's see the way it went out, because they was wearing the same kicks, man.
You know you gotta do that.
Yeah, baby.
What's up?
Got your Wi-Fi on, man.
Got your Wi-Fi on.
Oh, we go twin.
Yo, come on, you know how you
I
come. And they got me mic'd up. Though.
Hey, we ain't even playing that.
Come on, man. Y'all know what time it is.
Look.
Hey.
Come on now. They both got the come.
Get out of the day.
I know it's love. I
You
like what you
my
got
handle.
in your hands, though. I like that.
Yo.
I feel that.
I'm mic'd up now.
Let's go get a little personal.
It's personal.
Son,
you know what it
is.
Yo, man, this is awesome, dog. This is just positive. This is beautiful. Two Buffaloes coming together. Again, they've got a long, lengthy history. Not going to go too deep in it. I'll do that at the end of the video. They locked in. They doing their thing. They turning their Wi-Fi on. They matching kicks, dog. And I'm not going to go too deep into it, but, you know, Horn caught 93 of 128 targets from Sanders for 989 yards and 7 touchdowns in 2 years. Obviously, his last year in Colorado, he dealt with some injuries, but the connection never wavered. And, you know, it might be sacrilegious, but how about we start with a little Jimmy Horn action? Jimmy Horn. Oh, whoa. Jimmy Horn has been getting nothing but positive praise. And, again, we're not going to have a lot of clips besides individual drills for each of them. But it's just great to see him. It's great to see the way people have been talking about him, from teammates to head coach David Canales. It's been nothing but positives from Jimmy Horn. You know, whether that's, you know, his tenacity, his comparisons to C. Smith Sr., the way that he's getting after it. He finds himself in a good spot. I don't know if I have it here, but actually, let me go find it for you. 1 second. I had to hunt down the depth chart, the unofficial depth chart. Again, you shouldn't really look into any depth charts at this point. This is the first unofficial one, but Jimmy Horn is listed as the wide receiver 3, but number 3, I believe. Yeah, so he is third team. So this is what we like to call striking distance of starting. You know, you're going to need a few wide receivers. You got Hunter Renfrow, who actually hadn't been practicing a lot. He is wide receiver 2 in the wide receiver 2 position, right? That third is Jacoby George, just to show you who he's kind of about. The first team, obviously, Ted McMillan is just a dog, so he's going to be at number 1. Adam Thielen at the number 2 slot. He's going to probably dominate the slot there. You know, Hunter Renfrow is probably going to get a lot of touches because he's a slot demon himself, known to do that. On the other side, you got Xavier Legette at the 1, Jalen Coker at the 2 for the, I guess this is the X, this is the Z receiver, right? And then you have your slot receiver. Please, football people, y'all going to correct me regardless, so you know, I be yapping sometimes, but that's what I heard back in my college days. Anyway, I mean, chill out. High school days. I wasn't that great, son. But number 3, Jimmy Horn Jr. Again, as long as he ain't last in line, I think that's all that really matters right now. So it's great to see Jimmy Horn in a good spot there. So let's take a peek at some of more things we see. We do have some pictures. We have some of the some videos of the warm up as well. We actually have. They said no filming of the competitive drills. We have one-on-one drills, so we can. We're going to let this play. What we can see is how the Browns offensive line looks. Now, I'm not sure if you saw, but it has been announced, officially announced, of course, Kevin Stefanski confirmed that Shadeur Sanders will be starting on Friday. It's only going to be Tyler Huntley and Shadeur Sanders that are going to be playing. It's going to be Tyler Huntley for the first half, and then the second half will be, Shadeur for the first half, then second half, Tyler Huntley. Now, the starters are going to play, but Jerry Jeudy and Eric Tillman are already confirmed not playing, so he's going to have to get the job done with limited first team reps, as well as not really having a first team wide receivers. And then on top of that, when we get into the actual practice, you're going to see Shadeur still didn't get first team reps. They're giving first team or at least better reps to the two players that aren't even playing in the preseason game. Hey, I don't know. Maybe this is the most, hey, we're just trade baiting at all time. This is what it's starting to smell like to me. They're either setting him up for failure, or if he looks good, hey, I can ship him off, hopefully get an extra 5th, 6th round pick to get things swapped out. So we see the play. We see how it's going. But let's go ahead. Let's get into that. Let's get into these reps since we're talking about it right now. Flacco goes up first with the one short run. Jerry Jeudy deep completion, one-handed catch from what it seemed look like the Panthers doing their thing. Oh, so sorry. J.C. Horn, he is apparently didn't sustain any significant injuries, but he did get in an accident this morning. That's why he's not at practice. So please, prayers to him and his family. Make sure everything. I know it's nothing serious, but he wasn't at practice. So hope nothing else happens. Hope it's not fun dealing with something like that regardless. So hope everything's great there. Hope no one else was affected. Hope anybody affected in that is doing great. So back to this. Daniel Ofusi has 11 on 11. He does a great job. Y'all know what he do. Short run right side by 4. Jerry Jeudy deep completion, one-handed catch. You know what that boy do. It would be nice for Shadeur to have a Jerry Jeudy. Short inside run by Ford, incompletion pass to Tillman. Tony Brown intercepts Andy Dalton. There's just a little defensive situation there. Sanders up with the 2s, incomplete on a short pass to Bates, broken up. Marshall run flagged for holding. Offensive line, what we're doing. Williams short run right side, and then short complete to Canella on a drag route. And then David Newton, I believe he's a Carolina guy. So we're going to be mixing Carolina plays because they're on one side, and then the Browns offense versus the Carolina defense on the other side. So after a couple of dud plays, Bryce Young connects with Tedrow McMillan for a first down. A few plays later, Browns corner dropped what should have been a pick. I would like to know which corner that is. We've been following pretty closely ever since the injury to basically their starting corner, their best outside corner that's not named Denzel Ward. So I think we're going to want to continue to see what that looks like in these real matchups. Flacco back with the 1s, incomplete to Jeudy. Sampson short left side. So Dylan Sampson with the 1s. Now I'm pushing that agenda. Ford short left right side, short completion to Thrash, but Sampson flagged for false start. That's not good, Dylan Sampson. That's not great. Huntley with the 3s, a throwaway, and a near pick off the short side. So let's let Huntley take his time. We ain't going to get on Huntley, but I'm just happy he's going with the 3s. Because if Huntley was getting 1 reps and he was doing this, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, Flacco back with the 1s. Flacco boot, incomplete to Njoku. Screen to Carter. Forward inside run stuff. Completion to Jerry Jeudy on an outright. Sanders with the 2s. Marshall short inside. Incomplete to Davis on the slant. Pass breakup. Tawa short run. Short pass to Carter. So Shadeur, and we should have the quarterback tracker coming out here in a second. It seems like he's trying some small stuff. He's trying some tight windows. And also getting some pass broken up too. So it's interesting to see Flacco back with the 1s. Like there was plenty of 1 reps seemingly. Short run, complete on someone on the crosser. Walked off slowly after a big hit. Not great. Sampson short run, short completion to Floria. And then second time through 7-on-7, Shadeur Sanders did not get any reps at all. Now I think there is 1 rep that we're missing. There was I'll find it, but there is a time where Shadeur Sanders basically had back-to-back completions to Mr. Luke Flory, but I think it was in 7-on-7. So let me see first. Let me see if the quarterback tracker is out, and then see if I can find them. And we got both of them. The quarterback tracker is in, and it has, as you probably have seen at the beginning of the video, it tells the tale of like what we were just talking about, right? It seems like Shadeur was put into some interesting positions. He didn't get any first team reps. He didn't get any great wide receivers. He got a bad offensive line, but not to make any excuses, because shout out to Gabriel, right? Because we are not a Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel had him a good day. Now, again, he really only went, in the 7-on-7s from what I understood. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of situations where he had opportunities to really get on 11. So, looking at that disbursement, it's a little different. But Sanders 4 for 7, missed 3, no touchdowns. Shout out to Gabriel with the touchdown. I think this tells the tale. Joe Flacco 8 for 13. He was getting the lying share of the 1 reps. He apparently seemingly looked good about the numbers. Tyler Huntley obviously still putting it together. Only got 5 reps. But again, only 7 reps and only 8 reps for Gabriel. Again, the man who's hurt and sitting out gets more reps in general than Shadeur. That's all I'm saying. Hey, I just want to point that out. And I also want to point something out that, again, the dogs, the Cleveland Brown, I shout them out all the time. If you're a Browns fan, please make sure you're watching their content. They are actual Browns fans that know what they're talking about. Don't listen to this big noggin head. I'm just a dude yapping, all right? But these dudes do great stuff. And this is these are Browns fans at this point, saying that Mary Kay, guard. So these are the people that are out. Guard Zach Zinter did not make the trip to Carolina for the joint practice or game Friday night. And then, like I already talked about, Tillman, and then I talked about what's it called? I talked about Tillman, I talked about Jerry Jeudy, and then the dog says it would be really nice if the players we need to develop get on the field and stay on the field. Zinter was our 3rd round pick last season. So I want it to be known that this isn't just Shadeur, you're just a Shadeur. No, it's clear that Browns fans are disgruntled with the way that development specifically has been handled. When you have 5 quarterbacks on a joint practice, and you have one quarterback that's about to be thrown into the fire against the one defense in Carolina, right? With this offensive line, right? Let's take a peek at it. I hope Doward Jones plays. He just kind of pushed him over, but hey, that's pretty scary. With this offensive line, actually, oh my god, he did. Hey, he had a good anchor though. He had a good anchor with this offensive line. This is the rookie Princely Umanamila. I mispronounced that. So he's out of Ole Miss, right? So and it was raining a lot during the day, of course. XYZ. It was raining until something happened. It was raining until this man showed up an hour early, like he usually does. One of the first to Browns Panthers joint practice. Rookie quarterback Shadeur Sanders. Rain is down to a trickle for now. This man stepped on the field, and hey, the football gods said, "Okay, now that's actual glaze. That's actual glaze." Back to the reps. Here he is. Is he trying? Is this guy trying? Where's your weight? Are we anchoring down? Are we going to take him out there? Or are we just going to let him do his move in slow motion and just swim right through you? I don't like the odds and the chances that Shadeur has so far. But let's see it again. Panthers Pat Jones II versus Browns Jackson Barton. Oof. Little spin on the inside. He seemed like he powered back though. Here's rookie Cam Jackson for the Panthers. Oh wow. Oh. So that's what y'all gonna do. That's who y'all gonna put out there with Shadeur. Y'all gonna put a stop sign. Y'all gonna put a traffic cone out there to stop Shadeur. That's a rookie bullying that young gentleman. Man, oh man. I hate to see it. But that's that. Y'all let me know how you feel about the disbursement of reps. Let me know if you're going to be there at my stream on Friday. We're going to be streaming the game. I got some things planned out, so just wait and see. There will be some fun stuff. It seems like Shadeur didn't get, first team reps or starter level reps for somebody who just got elevated from quote unquote being QB4 to now having to start against the first team defense, at least some partial reps. So, some people call it cop and please. Other people say I'm just paying attention to what's happening. And it seems like it's either you fail or you luck yourself out and we get to trade you away and everything's phenomenal. Now that we got that out the way, I want to talk about this absolute phenomenal connection with Shadeur Sanders and Jimmy Horn Jr. Now, I do mean connection in 2 ways. Obviously, on the football field, Jimmy Horn does things like that, and they connect quite well together, right? And, of course, the schedule has them this Friday scheduled off against each other, so that's going to be an absolute great time. But I want it to be known that, as you can see, this ain't for the cameras, this ain't for show. It's been like this, right? It's been like this. That's just what they be on. That's just what them brothers be on, man. It seems like a very fun and joking-ish type brotherhood. And he's had strong relationships with a lot of people. Here's Shadeur Sanders speaking about, which wide receivers and that he wants to throw to in the NFL. And in the same combine where people got off this, arrogant and entitled talking points, here is Shadeur Sanders speaking and uplifting his college teammates.
Fantasize throwing to Travis Hunter, Lejante Wester, Will Shepard, and Jimmy Horn.
What about
Come on, man. Come on, man. And here is, of course, Jimmy Horn back in the combine, speaking on that relationship of Coach Prime and Shadeur Sanders.
365 days in the year, don't trip by one. That's something I live by, and I'm pretty sure Shadeur think like that too. It's real important, you know. It's a lot of ups and downs that come with the game. You know, people love you, people hate you, and it's just how you feel about yourself. You know, can't nobody tell you about yourself more than you know yourself. Shadeur was a great teammate in the huddle. You know, if you ain't know something, he'll help you out. If you need help with something off field, he'll help you out. And like watching film and stuff like that, he could break film down with you and everything. Me and Coach Prime got a great relationship. It's like a father and son relationship, you know. And over these years, I met Coach Prime in high school, you know. That's really my big decision to go to Colorado. You know, they was recruiting me back in high school. And I kind of had a connection with him back then because I was about to go to Jackson State, but I went to USF. And just Coach Prime, he always been a man of his word to me. And I love the man to death. It's real special. Overly blessed. Shout out to Lejante Wester, man.
Yeah. Hey, man. Save, man. You know, that just makes you smile. I'm sorry about it. I'm sorry. There's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of adversity that both Shadeur and Shadeur and Jimmy Horn have done. It. Jimmy Horn's story is one like no other, and filled with adversity, filled with a lot of different things to overcome, and he has overcome those things. So I think that's great to see. But I think more importantly, seeing them both grow together, seeing them both find a way to relate and grow brotherhood, and then reunite. Both in the league, both fighting, both trying to live out those dreams. It's a great thing. So here's Shadeur Sanders. He was a part of a joint pressure. He asked him what he would tell other NFL teams drafts him about each of them. He gave an awesome answer, going in depth about each one, and basically talking about the greatness of his other talents, right?
Might be interested in adding some of these guys next to you to the team. Would you mind going through and just, you know, if that team asks you, hey, what do you think of Lejante, Will, Cam, or Jimmy, what would you tell them?
So for sure, Lejante, for sure he's going to get open. He's a threat all over the field. And it's hard. I haven't seen too many receivers get in and out the breaks how he do. And man-to-man coverage is very tough to guard him because I'm like, after some plays I ask him, I'm like, dang, bro, I didn't know you was gonna get open on this. You feel me? Because Horn, he's definitely fast. Jimmy, I'm real disappointed right now because Jimmy was playing through a lot of injury this year. So I take that personal that he wasn't able to get the numbers and able to do what he was supposed to do because we had big plans, big everything with him and Amarion. So that kind of really hurt me, I would say, and he hasn't been able to show his best yet. So maybe it's not, you know, the perfect time right now for him to hit his peak. You know, maybe it's, you know, year 3, year 4 in the league, you know, we on the same team for him to really maximize his full potential. But
hey, man, I love this. I love to hear that, right? He goes in depth about everybody, even on the defensive side and stuff like that. And there's just, I mean, videos and videos and videos of them, you know, crashing each other, being with each other. And it's just dope to see this, right? And I would love to continue to monitor these reunions of Deion Sanders recruits and or Deion Sanders sons in this particular case. But you know, I can sit here and be mad about reps and this, and they're setting up Shadeur. To be honest with you, when you see phenomenal things like this, when you see the matching cleat, I mean, I just gotta think that, hey, I think Shadeur got it. I think I'm gonna let him do his thing Friday, shut some people up. Maybe a trade does happen, and maybe he's in a better, a brighter place for that. But we'll see. But if you enjoy this, man, go ahead and leave a like on it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you like football content and of all shapes, sizes, forms, and fashion. Really appreciate you for watching this far. If you watch this far, man, you've been watching. You've been listening to me yap for a second, man. So I appreciate you and all you do. Thank you. Continue to be great. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Is there any pressure that comes with that?
Nah, I apply pressure. I don't let pressure apply me.
That's a good line. Where'd you get that?
it just come off my dome.
Call me a Jimmy Horn stan. This man's a psychopath. I like that. I'm ready right now. We been ready. We stay ready. It's Jay Fleazy time. Now, I made a video. I've made a lot of videos about Jimmy Horn, but I made a video about Jimmy Horn and I said, hey, it's Jimmy Horn time, right? He was inactive for the first 4 weeks of the Carolina Panthers season, and I'm looking around, right? And I'm looking around like, when are these wide receivers actually going to help Bryce Young, right? Now, besides T-Mac, besides Tedero McMillan, right? Besides that, it's been really abysmal on the side of the Carolina Panthers from a receiving standpoint. I pulled up the stats last week. It was T-Mac who was leading all rookie wide receivers with 216 receiving yards at the time. And then after that, it was a tight end, and a running back, and then the next wide receiver. And if you don't believe me, here it is. Here are the leading receivers right now for the Carolina Panthers. You have T-Mac at 278 yards. Bryson Tremaine, which Carolina Panthers fans love. They love him, the blocking, everything, all of that. Then you got Hunter Renfrow with the only 2 receiving touchdowns, well, from the wide receiver group at all, because I cycled out on NFL Pro. I cycled out all the tight ends and running backs. And then you got Mr. Glorilla with 8 yards. This motherfucker. You got felt all up on by Glorilla. And you go put up a cool little 1 digit. What's up with you, dog? What's up with you? 4 receptions, 8. This motherfucker averaging 2 yards. 26 wait, what? 26%? What? Catch Hey, man, yeah, dog. This went on way too long. So it's been abysmal. If you see in the ranks in yards per game, Carolina is the 9th worst in yards per game right now. Carolina Panthers are, surprisingly, out of the bottom 10, they are 12th when it comes to worst yards per game from the passing side. Again, them tight ends get pretty busy. And then when you talk to passing yards per play, Carolina Panthers are the 6th worst. So it has been officially announced that Jimmy Horn Jr. will be making his regular season debut. So here's what a little bit of what he had to say. We're also going to watch or listen to the coach have some opinions. And then, of course, some throwbacks of the coach and his top-tier NFL vet teammate, J.C. Horn, speak about how important it is to put your hands on Jay Fleazy, because that boy get real nice with. So let's hear it, man. Let's hear it.
It's been more just staying patient like I always have been, you know. And I know eventually my time will come. And I just stay down and stay patient and just keep working and don't complain.
You know, Jimmy's an interesting dude, but, you know, I think sky's the limit for him. Everybody knows his potential. But, you know, he's just waiting his chance, literally. So I feel like that fire is under him right now, and, you know, he's going to let it all out on Sunday for sure.
No, this is an offensive emphasis for Jimmy. This is the reason he's here. You know, this developmental part of, you know, knowing that these opportunities come up, and, you know, this isn't the way that we would all love to see this happen with Demo getting injured. But opportunities come in a bunch of different ways, and here we are. When I know Jimmy is confident about what's happening, you see the speed and ability really show up. And that's what's happened in the last 2 weeks as he's continuing to get himself ready, because you just never know. And here we are. And he's done the work. He's working really hard. It's all hands on deck. He's into it. He's excited about it.
Okay, so there's a lot to take from that, right? And I think the main thing is I think we're starting to finally uncover the answer to the question, hey, why was Jimmy Horn not even out there in the first place? From just that one interview, it seems like it might be a lack of knowledge of the playbook or lack of knowledge of just some of the different schemes. And again, he not only is he coming from, you know, the Colorado offense, which we're showing Pat Shurmur is shown to not be as consistent and not be conducive for a lot of people, right? But then on top of that, you're speaking about a guy that was injured for a majority of his last season too, right? So, and he was dealing with injuries in the preseason. So there's a lot that kind of went into those layers of would he start, would he not start? So just happy to see the start. And here are a few more snippets of him. He's this first one is Jimmy Horn, hasn't even made a regular season debut yet, but already loves his confidence. So he's going to show some confidence here. And then he's going to talk about how he feels about pressure. And y'all know how Jay Fleazy feels about pressure, man.
I ain't even gonna talk about it. Okay. They just gonna have to see.
Hey, Jimmy Horn gives interviews like a psychopath, yo. They gonna have to see. Like I
ain't even gonna talk about it. They just gonna have to see.
Yo, all right, I'm done. I'm done. This is a Jimmy Horn stand page. Call me a Jimmy Horn stand. I know. Hey, Jimmy Horn can go out there. Jimmy Horn can go out there and catch -2 yards. I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna make an excuse for him. This man's a psychopath. I like that. I like that he's a little bit off his rocker. Y'all heard him say he likes Steve Smith. Now Steve Smith, that's my type of football player. I've been waiting. I need a psychopath at the wide receiver position. I need somebody who's a little messed up. No Antonio Brown. That's too much. That's too far over here. And I see you, Puka Nacua. That boy about to have a manosphere breakout. I see it. That boy's so mad he got broken up with his girlfriend. Jimmy Horn, though. This is a crazy man. Now, listen, how you handle pressure, Jay Fleazy? Talk to him.
Working on learning the plays better and all that. So just stand down for real. It helps.
It seems like your teammates are excited for you to get this opportunity finally. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I feel it. They happy for me. They ready to see me get out.
Is there any pressure that comes with that?
Nah, I apply pressure. I don't let pressure apply me.
That's a good line. Where'd you get this?
It just come off my dome.
Wait. Look, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. I think, and here's what's so funny about Jimmy Horn. Jimmy Horn don't even got no haters. Like that's the level Jimmy Horn is at. First off, I apply pressure. I don't let pressure apply me. Yo, I don't know what Coach Prime teaches him, but everybody who is a Colorado player, you have to have a one full course on primetimeisms, and you can just start whipping them things out. They just primetime variants, yo. I apply pressure. I don't let pressure apply me. Yo, I'm about to put that on a t-shirt. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt and I'm going to just give it to Jimmy Horn. I'm saying I ain't even selling it. I'm going to just, hey, Jimmy, here you go. He said we get that from off the dome. Man, Jimmy, you know you wrote that down. He wrote that down on his eyelids, psychopath. Man, I love this. I love Jimmy Horn. How can you not love Jimmy Horn Jr.? So not only does he get a chance to help a very lethargic offense from the passing side, but on top of that, you can see the excitement and that's there. Now, I remember this being reported, and obviously this is a big reason why I think a lot of people, what we're about to go through a little history here. Not big history, but just these are some of the reasons why I think not just I'm excited and Colorado fans or Jimmy Horn fan, whoever you call it, right? But no, football fans are excited. And this is what I mean by, like, there's nobody who hates Jimmy Horn, right? You talk about the background, the adversity, obviously his family, his father, his mother going through the things that they've gone through, and him ultimately having to suffer the ramifications of all those things and go through stride. You become a certain type of person. You become a person that might be a little bit unmerkable. You become the type of person that after 4 long weeks of waiting, and not just waiting, but seeing the offense be awful from a receiver standpoint, you didn't have no problems with it. You were just ready for the pressure to be applied, or for you to apply the pressure. I don't know. That one was smooth. So Jimmy Horn Jr. is just too much for DBs to cover a one-on-one. This is back in July 30th. Remember, this is before the pads came on. Horn has reportedly been having his way with a plethora of Panthers DBs, including starters. Horn reportedly plans on perfecting his route tree this season and finishing the year with 0 drops throughout camp. Horn has reportedly been seen working with the Panthers first team and is developing an early chemistry with Bryce Young, Panthers quarterback. One NFL scout reportedly thought Horn had a Tank Dell type. Hey, Tank Lejante, that's my guy. What's it called? Type trajectory. Maybe that's also why I really like Jimmy Horn too. I do see a lot of Tank Dell in him. Now, you talked about the Bryce Young reference, and I had talked about on one of these videos. There's actually like a good relationship between him and Jimmy Bryce Young, obviously that being the head coach, and that brings us to the second slate of videos where they're going out to practice, right? And you know what I'm saying? Wait. You feel me? You feel me? Okay, yeah. But that's Andy. Come on, man. Everybody feeling on the main man, J15 now. Jay Fleazy. It's good to see. And I do want to stress that, right? We're going to listen to Dave Canales a little bit, and we're going to listen to this official announcement, basically, that Jimmy Horn is going to be starting too. But like, this is what I mean by that. There are no haters of Jimmy Horn. It's only positive. It's only people excited about Jimmy Horn getting those opportunities. So let's hear this little snippet here.
Queen City News, official home of the Carolina Panthers. Bad loss yesterday up in New England. And it was 42-13. Joey, a lot of questions now about what happened after the big Falcons win on the previous week, and now what do we do going forward?
Yeah, you said it, from the 30-0 shutout to the performance we saw. Certainly not what you want to see, and really top to bottom, potentially the worst showing of the young Panthers season in what was the ugly loss in Foxborough. Really, all three phases of the game just completely outclassed. Offensively, just a measly 13 points from a unit that couldn't get anything going all afternoon. So as a result, it appears that the offense will see the electric rookie Jimmy Horn Jr. for the first time making his debut Sunday against the Miami Dolphins. And, of course, with some attrition at the position in Sunday's loss, especially to David Moore, and then already current injuries to Xavier Legette and Jalen Coker. Coker actually can be eligible to return this week after starting the first 4 weeks on IR. It opens the door, but not really by choice for the rookie now out of Colorado Horn, and he's yet to see action so far since Carolina drafted him in the 6th round, but he hasn't been injured. Dave Canales actually just choosing to sideline him as a healthy scratch for the first 4 games, but now the hope is that the rookie will see some time of any kind on Sunday. He certainly brings a unique skill set to what's otherwise a very lacking offense at the moment.
So, and yeah, this is on the news, by the way. This was such a major thing. They had to announce that Jimmy Horn was going to come same today. That J15 was going to come same today. Let me hear this real quick, and then I want to kind of speak on kind of some of these the things that are said after this.
And it's been more just staying patient, like I always have been, you know. And I know eventually my time will come, and I just stay down and stay patient and just keep working and don't complain.
You know, Jimmy's an interesting dude, but you know, I think sky's the limit for him. Everybody knows his potential, but you know, he's just waiting.
It's the same video. I messed up. It's supposed to be a different video. I don't know how I got here, but you get the point. That boy nice is the point, and I think this is the same clip there too.
So this is an offensive emphasis for Jimmy.
Yeah.
This is the reason he.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. I just want to double check. We watched everything. Now we can go back to the throwback stuff, right? And before I do that, I do want to speak about what we kind of heard. Wow. That's copyright music, boy. But I want to speak about some of the things that we heard, right? So I kind of. You know, I inferred it at the beginning, as Mr. Tony Rizzo would say. I inferred from what he was saying early on that, hey, this is a Jimmy Horn that, you know, might have just been lacking something from an offensive understanding point. But clearly from a locker room standpoint, clearly from a support standpoint, and clearly from a talent standpoint, and also injury standpoint, those weren't the things that were holding him back. So he was a healthy scratch, and I think that the way that at least the news portrayed it in that instance was more of a, like I said, it may be a misunderstanding and not feeling ready to put him out there. And they keep saying that, like, hey, he's being thrust not the way they wanted to. I heard David Canales said, like, hey, it's not the way you want it to be, obviously with more going down in XYZ. But, I mean, you talk about this. This was a team that rostered Jimmy Horn Jr., if you remembered. They sent Hunter Renfrow to the practice squad, and then they waived him, rather, and then they ultimately brought him back and rostered him again. So it has you wondering, like, how was Jimmy Horn's misunderstanding of the offense that bad? Maybe Carolina and Dave Canales, they weren't being inventive enough to ways to implement. Because I do want to point something out, right? It's easy to say, oh, it's Jimmy Horn, it's Jimmy Horn, it's Jimmy Horn. But that's why I showed you these offensive numbers and statistical ratings and also the stats when it comes to the total receiving yards. Right now, what it's showing is that besides Terrell McMillan, the 6'5 demon, besides him, they haven't found a way to get any other wide receiver consistently productive. Specifically, not to get the touchdown. You have somebody who was in the top, I'm assuming still top 5 at least, in receiving. Well, Emeka Ibuku's going crazy, but I would have to assume it's still, I know last week he was number 1. I have to assume he's still top 5 in rookie receiving yards with no touchdowns. Like at one point, or sorry, not at what point, at some point, and I know y'all have heard me talk about this when I talk about third down conversions. I talk about picking up blitzes and like, how can an offensive coordinator not just help his quarterback, but how can you scheme up your playmakers to get the ball in your hand? That's what I'm going to be watching very closely with David Canales. Hey, okay, so you have this guy, and now you're telling me that you have somebody who, from the messaging you're putting out, maybe, hey, he's not as advanced in this offense. So that means he better get a bubble screen. That means he better get a now screen. That means you better give him something in the flat. How about if he's going to be limited, give him simple routes and allow his speed and explosiveness to shine. I feel like we're getting to the point or some coaches, and maybe it's worse than I understand, but as an offensive coach and as an offense that's missing a spark, I don't think the excuse can be, oh, well, he doesn't know the plays well, X, Y, Z. At some point, just give him the ball. Like Andy Reid found a way to make Kadarius Toney found a way to make him a reasonable receiver through all the drops, all the undisciplined, all the boneheadedness. Hey, just give him, just screen. Hey, be a wide receiver. Let's pitch it to him. Hey, let him run the ball. Like I would love to see is instead of looking at Jimmy Horn and saying, man, he just doesn't have the concepts. I need you to look at him as a tool, as an asset. Like to me, why do you not? As David Canales, as whoever's the offensive coordinator, I'm not sure who specifically who's calling the plays. How do you not look at Jimmy Horn and say, yeah, let's get the ball in space with him, please? Like that should be the only answer. That should be the only thing that the whole entire focus from a lethargic offense, right? I don't even see how we get that point. So last two videos, these are throwback videos from August 12th and August 2nd. This is David Canales speaking about Jimmy Horn not quitting on routes, and J.C. Horn, top tier corner, speaking about you got to put hands on Jimmy Horn. You telling me a real starter? This is what they were saying about him back then?
Man, you gotta put hands on Jimmy. He too fast. You can't. It's hard to garner from off because of his speed. He played tough. I don't think he get a lot of credit for how tough he played at his size because he is a smaller receiver. But you see him in camp, like he made a tough catch across the middle today. He'll lay out for it. So he's a great receiver.
Yeah, so and that's a big thing. He already has the respect in the locker room, and it's to a higher extent that I think a lot of people understand. And this is how David Canales feels about him.
Yeah, I think it's the energy he plays with, and he doesn't quit on routes. He continues, after the normal part of the protection you could count on, he continues to find space, and play fast. And it's a credit to his fitness, but it's also a credit to just the energy that he puts out there, that you want to throw to him.
That you want to throw to him, David Canales, hey, you better want to throw to Jimmy Horn. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it. If you didn't, dislike it. Subscribe if you like football content of all shapes, sizes, form factors, and fashions. Congratulations to Jimmy Horn, man. I'm going to be watching Jimmy Horn. We're going to be reviewing Jimmy Horn. I need Lejante to get some wide receiver reps now. I see y'all talking about Lamar not being out there. They want to distract you from Lejante, from the Lejante agenda. But I'm staying on the Lejante agenda. But y'all be phenomenal. Y'all be great. If you're in the stream, don't go nowhere. We got more videos to watch. But if you're watching this as a video, see you next time. Peace.